On to you, Aries. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the King of Cups. So for you, Aries, right? A lot more of you Aries are starting to get hip to the game. It's not that you Aries are not intelligent. It's just that a lot of you Aries are hopeless romantics, like I've been talking about. Why? Because Mars is the exact opposite of Venus. But remember, they pull from the opposite polarity of one another. So the point that I'm trying to make here is you realize, again, the Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment, a lot of people, you've allowed a lot of people to play you in the past and take your kindness for weakness because you were deliberately ignoring the problems and their dysfunctions that they were already showing you. And because of it, you paid the price for that. The King of Cups is about, well, now you're not doing it anymore, paying the price that is, because a lot of you Aries are starting to become more wise that people use the I love yous, romantic gestures, romantic things to get you to lower your guard, to essentially take something from you that costs more, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally as well, right? That costs more. So the Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles represents, so a lot of you Aries are going to be able to get to know others, and you're still going to put yourselves out there. But the Nine of Wands represents you're going to do it proudly, because you Aries are becoming more and more proud about being born in Aries, right? Because when you are in Aries, when you have Aries in your chart, especially in the big three, the sun, the ascendant, or the moon, it means that you've been born into a world where your experiences, the things that you want, a lot of the things, not everything, but a lot of the things that you want, you will have to essentially, metaphorically and sometimes physically fight to have, because you're realizing slowly but surely that people really treat you Aries a certain kind of way. So over time, all of that kind of determination that a lot of you have, right? Because Saturn is exalted in Aries. If I'm not mistaken, Saturn is exalted in Aries, just like Capricorn is exalted in Mars. Because that determination, that ironsmith determination to not allow the iron to bend you, or to make you to quit, more specifically, but you to actually forge that iron, right? That represents the struggles and the difficulties. So a lot of you Aries are very much so proud of the warriors that a lot of you have become. And I don't necessarily mean like physically with a sword and stuff like this, although you can do that, right? Y'all just naturally have a gifted disposition for combat, right? That's just an Aries thing, right? Every zodiac sign has their own talent. Taurus is very good at cooking. The best cookers of the zodiac, when they know how to cook right? Taurus are the best cookers. So, just stuff like that. But over the trials and the tribulations, you've become way more proud of yourselves and what you've had to go through in order to get to this point. And the Five of Pentacles represents when you show somebody that you're interested in them, and they get scared, or they chicken squat up, then a lot of you are going to be like, all right, and you're going to see that as a sign of it's time for you to leave. Like, you're not going to try to convince the person that, you know what I mean, like they're not going to cheat. If a person is that insecure already from the rip, a lot of you Aries are going to be like, look, you're not even going to try to take the time out of your day to tell this person, to spend so much time trying to convince this person that you're not going to cheat, and that you know what I'm saying, what's in your heart, and that you don't have an intention on cheating. I just see a lot of you Aries being like, if they're not secure enough, they're not secure enough. It's time for me to bounce. Because a lot of you Aries are starting to realize it's about the Seven of Cups. You have other options. But an option that you're trying to choose, you're getting to know people, right? Many of these people to understand. Like for me, for instance, if a person starts talking to me about I'm going to cheat and I'm a player, I don't even try to date the person, because automatically that's an insecurity automatically. They're either trying to create nonsense so that they can go out and cheat, they can have an excuse to cheat, or they're insecure, or probably more than likely a combination of the two. And I just don't have the time for it. And neither do you, Aries, to have a time for it. But I'm saying all that to say that you want someone that's decent, that has a healthy form of self-esteem and actually cares about themselves to a healthy extent. It's not about self-centeredness, and it's not about, feeling good about yourselves at the fact that you make people feel intimidated. The only people who would feel intimidated and stuff like this try to create all these types of excuses to not hang out with you, Aries, especially if physically you would be their type. Like they would see you as someone that they're very physically attracted to. They're just coming up with excuses at that point to hide their own insecurities. So you do have a lot of options, though, to get to know other people. The Four of Pentacles and the Strength represents. So now a lot of you Aries are not. So now I'm getting all these notifications on my phone. But so now a lot of you Aries are realizing that, you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, because real talk, like people are conceited. It's not even a healthy form of selfishness where they want to thrive and survive and live and be, and not just live or survive, but thrive, do well. But then when, they know how to help others as well and help people out a little bit, right? For them to figure things out, but not do everything for the other people, right? Teach them how to fish instead of giving them a fish. No, these people want you to essentially fish for them, right? Spend so much time convincing them that you're not going to cheat, you're not doing. And all of this is reverse psychology. Regardless of whether they're meaning to do it or not, it's still reverse psychology. And a lot of you Aries just don't have the time to do that. You spent so much time hanging out with losers, people that come to you, like I said before, I talked about it a few months ago, their hands out, begging, right? One of your exes, like I've been talking about, begging, the sob story. Can I have some money? I just want, some money and some money this and some money that. Forget about all that. Forget about all that. A lot of you Aries, like I said, are paying attention to what you need to do. Taking care of yourselves. And last but not least, the Five of Wands and the Six of Cups. You've been taking care of yourself so well, in fact, to the point where now you have people that either are exes or people that you may have had some sort of romantic interest in, now deciding to come back. But here's the kicker, the Five of Wands. You don't want their goofy selves. You don't want their goofy behind back. You've been taking so well care of yourself to the point where you have people missing that type of attention that you are giving them. But this is exactly, Aries, what it is that I mean when I say the more that you do you is the more that people can't do them. The reason why it is that Mercury goes into retrograde is because Mercury is to show you to take care of yourself, and you don't even necessarily have to consciously will or try to manifest an ex or potential ex to come back. They'll do it because they see you taking care of yourself. So let's clarify the Six of Cups. The Hermit. Oh, Six of Cups. Oh, wow. Ace of Cups. Four of Pentacles, King of Cups. Excuse me, King of Pentacles, excuse me. You, Aries, now have a greater understanding that you have to start taking care of yourselves. And that expecting other people to be good to you, even when they say that they're supposed to be getting to know you romantically, y'all are supposed to call a peace treaty, right? A relationship, right? Two of you are not battling against each other. You're getting to know each other. You've put down the swords. The two of you, there needs to be trust. What happens? You've now opened your horizons up. You've become better. Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Now you have these big goofies that want you to give them your attention. They're so delusional, but that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.